Disney's CEO Bob Iger is a man notoriously obsessed with his legacy, seemingly preoccupied with thoughts of carving his niche in the edifice of time. Unfortunately, the company he oversees has, more often than not, been the victim of his apparently insatiable obsession. Now, it appears that Iger has built an everlasting representation of his tenure as CEO of the Walt Disney Company, marked by a clear lack of creativity, minimalist, and cold. Let's talk about ABC's new headquarters, the Robert A. Iger Building, here on That Park Place.
Here's an interesting one. This is a profile over there in Bloomberg. It's called Sorry Kids, Disney's New York headquarters is for grown-ups. Hey, Vash, what building is that right there?
I believe that's the Robert A. Iger Building, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. This is the New York headquarters of the Walt Disney Company, and look at it right there. It feels right at home in Manhattan, and looks like something that an ad executive would probably love to sit on the top floor there. I wonder which of these two towers here is the one that Bob Iger has his extra office in. Do you think he's going to go to this office when he finally retires, or is he going to stay in what was it? In the Michael D. Eisner building over there in Burbank, California.
Yeah, that's the thing. It depends on what the shower configuration is. You see, if it has a shower inside of it, or maybe even two showers, that's probably the one he's going to be leaning to. If we know Bob Iger.
Yeah, I would imagine it's very important to have those 2 shower days. And it's so funny to me that meme lives on here. So the reason that we're talking about this building is because this is, if you're not aware, this is an architectural write-up about this in Bloomberg. Sorry, kids, Disney's New York headquarters is for grown-ups, meaning right here on the outside, there are no mouse ears, no dwarf caryatids. I think that's the first time I've said that word out loud. No sorcerer's apprentice hat. The new headquarters of the Walt Disney Company at 7 Hudson Square, the Robert A. Iger Building, does not partake of the architectural whimsy of the Magic Kingdom, and nor should it. No one is dreaming up cartoon characters within. Vash, do you like Disney?
I do have a fondness for it. I mean, as crazy as it sounds.
Building very much. It sounds like this building is not for you. Instead, the all-electric, solar-powered, high-performance building brings together Disney's news, editorial, streaming, and live production divisions under one roof, along with back-of-house departments, including advertising, technology, and corporate, making the company's public face more akin to Midtown media conglomerates than Burbank creative studios. Emphasis added by me, of course, here. The building is a stage, not the main character. From the swoop of blonde bent wood in the western lobby, which suggests a pulled back curtain, to the terraces that give employees and visitors views of the surrounding buildings, and beyond their cornices, the Hudson River. Well, they got to be careful here. Bob Iger, you don't want to get him too close to a historic river, or he might destroy it, fill it in with concrete or something like that.
That's a fair point. If anybody's wondering how Disney architecture used to look and what was referenced there at the top of this article right here, you can see, like, is this the Michael D. Eisner Building?
It is the Michael D. Eisner Building. Do you know when it was named the Michael D. Eisner Building?
Please, I'd love to.
The following year after he left the company, the board said, let's name this after Michael Eisner, after he was ousted from the company in a very dramatic shareholder fight. They named this building after the Team Disney dash the Michael D. Eisner Building is the name of this building. Thanking him for his long time at the company. Other people named it out. Now, it is possible that Michael Eisner set in motion the plan to have this building named after him. It's entirely possible. But we do know that it was actually at least publicly suggested by the board instead of Eisner himself. Well, what do you think about this building, though? Bob Iger was always saying, "This is a place people come to be creative, not to balance ledgers," says Colin Coop, design partner at SOM. The team went through hundreds of different greens before they brought 6 terracotta panels to a Manhattan rooftop for Iger's approval. We want to imply this was a creative company on the facade, confidently but subtly. So Bob Iger was heavily involved in the design of the Robert A. Iger building, which is named after him. Um, I'm going to say naming yourself king is not as cool as everyone else saying that you are the king. If you have to tell everyone you're the king, you're not the king, Bob.
That's a really, really good point right there. And a really big distinction from his predecessor, right? This building is about as cold as the company he's managed to make cold.
Yeah.
If that's makes sense.
He became CEO in 2005. Again, right before in 2006, when they renamed that building after Michael D. Eisner. I still can't get over that. By the way, the 7 dwarfs holding up the roof of the building. I love the imagery there. First of all, it's whimsical in that Disney way, but it's also just kind of symbolic of everything that has been built by Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Incredibly ironic that the end of Iger's tenure is going to be in the year. Well, sorry, unless he decides to stay on again, which is obviously not impossible. That Snow White with Rachel Zegler is going to be in theaters in the last year before he leaves. Vash, I think you had
really
something
ironic.
You wanted to throw in there.
Yes, I absolutely do, because I think about the contributions that Iger might have made, and I'm surprised the building doesn't actually look like this. That one surprises me just a little bit right there.
I've never actually noticed Tiana's Bayou Adventure in the middle there. I always stop noticing after the 2 shower heads.
Yeah, with the curtains and everything like that. Yeah, that's about how that works right there. Compliments to Captain John D for that one. But this is definitely like a Gensler special right here. It evokes a lot of that design language that we've not just been seeing here, but also in the parks themselves. And I love how this article starts off as, "Hey, there's going to be no cartoons to be made here. This is not a place for any of that stuff, but sure, this is going to be a creative venture as well." It's
Right.
kind of mixed messaging, I would say.
Yeah, I totally agree. But here, let's go through what they are so proud of here. And Bloomberg is being proud on behalf of SOM. The seriousness of all that green doesn't project the same friskiness as Disney's famous postmodern era. If people had a mental image of Disney architecture, ooh, and the scare quotes there, it's likely to be themed. The faux nostalgia of Disneyland's Main Street USA, the faux futurism of Epcot's Globe, or the corporate plus characters period when Disney asked Michael Graves to design a hotel with a giant swan on top, and Robert A.M. Stern a studio with Mickey's pointy hat. In New York, the Disney of it all asserts itself in the most academic of ways. This office is also a theme building, but the theme is post-industrial Manhattan. Forgive me while I spit. The animation is literally elsewhere. The design by SOM, which landscapes by Scape, interiors by Gensler, and graphics by Pentagram. Oh, I never noticed that word in there before. That's unfortunate. That's not going to stop the theorists. Conveys all grown-up seriousness in an urban landscape dotted with other media companies' towers. This building, in my opinion, is perfect for everything that Bob Iger has done to the Walt Disney Company. It is a building devoid of joy. It is a building where they make news and they do production. It is inhabited by Gensler with their uninspired architecture that looks like anything that you might see anywhere else in the world. And also, they tape the view there. So, yeah, this is the most Robert A. Iger building I could imagine. What do you think, Vash?
I think it's certainly fitting right there, especially when you compare it to Disney architecture of the past. I think the animation building was also mentioned right there. The whimsy, the creativeness, all of that stripped away for a very boxy industrial Manhattan type building. And it's really unfortunate. You could have made a statement in so many ways, and yet you have taken this company, which used to set itself apart, and you've kind of built an edifice that finds itself just fading away in the background of the New York skyline.
Well, I do think it makes a statement, and that statement is they're not interested in being the Walt Disney Company. They want to be the Bob Iger Company, and that company is boring. All right, Shadrach for $199. The building design matches Bob's creativity. I agree. The subtleness of the terracotta tiles really communicates everything you need to know about the beige tastes of Mr. Bob Iger. It's one of my least favorite colors, beige.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.